Evening, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like I haven't casted a game in a minute, but I am so excited to be here for this one. And welcome back to another Eclipsed Gaming uh, CGL live stream here. We've got Death Blossoms versus Stalemate today. It is Vert bringing down all the action with the play-by-play, and I'm joined by Slayer. Long time no see. He will be doing our
Hello,
color cast
hello.
today. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. Just recovering from not being on Overwatch in ages. And thought best way to deal with that, hop into a
Yeah.
play-by-play.
But yeah, valid, bro. I mean, might as well, shake off the rust, bro. I say day, but I suppose it's like what 3 a.m. in the morning for you right now. So you're fighting demons
Two,
for us.
two.
Two. I was off by an hour. Wow, I was
Yeah.
getting better. My conversion's getting better. We talked about that off
Hey,
stream.
if it was daylight
Um,
savings, you'd be fine.
yeah, but anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something very important. Here's the important thing that I'm now going to say. Yeah, like I said, we are streaming the Death Blossom versus Stalemate game. This is a week 3 matchup for CGL. Death Blossoms undefeated, Stalemate also undefeated. So after this game, one of these teams are gonna be they're gonna be down, Slayer. They're gonna be down in they'll have a loss on their marker. Death Blossoms, second place team from CGL last season. So it's not gonna be an issue. I mean, they should win this. It's not surprising that they are undefeated. Currently, Stalemate, it's kind of the I don't know, evil step sibling of the family, in terms that they take down their sister team last week and checkmate. Not expected to be a great team, but have overperformed expectations. I'm curious to see how they do today. But I want to quickly, before we get into the game, I know these teams are eager to play. I want to talk about the hero bans that we saw. So we are in Busan for week 3 to start, but I see a Hazard and Freya ban, and I want to know what your thoughts are on this, Slayer. Because I don't know.
So recently I've been seeing Freya get picked up a lot more in the meta, purely because she has the ability to spam, but she can also poke and take down targets from really far away. And that might be what these teams are looking to do if they were to play Freya. And Hazard is
Yeah,
just Hazard's Hazard. He
Hazard's
gets in
just
fast, he gets out fast, he lives.
yeah. Right. And what's interesting about that is if Death Blossoms was putting in Jack's like a hog player. I understand winning the Hazard ban probably. I can see that. But they're debuting a new tank today, Mirage. I haven't seen him play yet. I have not seen them play at all. And I guess I won't have to wait any longer because we're getting the R's from the team. So we will be going in here right now to see what they're doing on our week 3 matchup. CGL, Death Blossoms, versus Stalemate. I'm probably going to call Stalemate checkmate at least 3 times tonight, so you might have to correct me.
I will try to. I cannot promise anything.
Yeah, so I mean, Busan, one of the weird control maps where like you can play a mixture of different things. We are on the little, I don't know what this is called.
We are
Control
on mech
center?
base.
We're on Mecha Base. Basically their control center. What do you think we'll see here? Brawl, perchance-ably?
I'm expecting Brawl from Stalemates, but from Death Blossom, for some reason my mind's floating to Dive.
I don't know. I think I'd actually swap that. I think Death Blossoms. Well, I mean, I guess we'll find out in 2 seconds. Oh, wow, I was wrong. Nope, you're right. Yep, you got it. You got it. That's why you're the color and I'm not.
The better part is that was off vibes.
Yeah, no way they play. I mean, Stalemate just locked that comp immediately. But what are you seeing here? The difference in these comps right now?
I'm seeing the primary thing I'm seeing is the Wu Yang.
Yeah.
It's either gonna make or break Death Blossom's opening.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see how the Wu Yang will function here. I mean, I'm looking at Stalemate right now, and they are running the full JQ brawl. They just want to go in real quick, but the Reaper Zarya without any speed, that's hurting my heart right now, Slayer. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fine.
As well. But before I can even say anything, Ghostly gets a roundabout shot onto Fez, gets another onto Jimbo. Joe Biden trying to make whatever difference he can here, but Ghostly looking to be the difference maker for the series. JML also gets a shot off to Railgun super quickly. Yeah, let's keep all eyes on Ghostly here. He starts off the series hot with 3 easy kills on the Stalemate, and he didn't even break a sweat, Slayer.
It looks like the Wu Yang's definitely making it for them. It's not gonna break anything.
Yeah, I would agree. Absolutely. I mean, assuming, you know, just those shots around the corner, the spam, it can be so hard if you don't know where they're coming from. And it looks like this Fez got caught in the wrong place, wrong time. As I say that, Joe Biden dropping dangerously low, has to use that shout already just to make any sort of difference. But it's not going to
And
matter because, yep, resources have been
still,
expended.
Stalemate's Kiri and Soja are looking for a flank on the bridge.
We'll see if they can get anything here. They're going to get a kill onto Fez, Deadeye, and just hops onto him really quickly there. And Joe Biden falling dangerously low, going to be picked up by Mirage here. And it's just like, Death Blossom's playing at a different tempo right now.
They're playing a lot more coordinated than I've seen a lot of teams be.
And that could be the difference maker. And also, the Zarya into the Queen matchup right now is really something interesting. I've seen a lot of success for Zarya versus Queen. Ultimates are coming up from both sides. Stalemate already using so many cooldowns just to get in. You have to think the grab's going to be popped in. There it is. It is kind of big against Fez. I mean, Fez has been the first kill for every fight since we started. I don't think I've seen him die last in any fight so far. You think he's being too aggressive? I mean,
He has been too aggressive and he's tried taking flanks, but I've not seen anything too out of the ordinary for what Soj should be doing.
It's just that Death Blossoms, they're just playing way too crazy right now, and I mean, they're going to use these ultimates to their advantage surely here, as Railgun already dropping dangerously low, and it looks like we're going to get a Wu Yang ult into the backline. Joe Biden killed out of the ultimate. That is dangerous right there. They're going to be cleaned up by Mirage, and I mean, they don't even have to
They're trying to use...
ultimates.
You know,
Ready to throw in the towel?
Sorry, go ahead.
Clearing the area.
nothing. You said that perfectly.
there's nothing to say. I mean, 100-0 to start off. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start if you're Death Blossoms. What do you feel was it? You know, I know you mentioned the team coordination there. The Wu Yang comp, okay, I have to admit, I've been a bit of a hater of Wu Yang. Okay, Coach Tools proved me wrong.
I have been nothing but a lover of Wu Yang.
How do you feel like the Wu Yang was the difference maker there over the Lucio Kiriko?
So, Wu Yang has a lot of burst and a lot of damage. If he gets one of his empowered orbs on someone, it's not much for a DPS to go in and easily clean it up.
Yeah. Now this is something interesting. Stalemate doesn't have their Wu Yang player as Theory isn't here tonight, so they're going to have to lean off of that Lucio from Jimbo. We're seeing the Ball versus Hog. Now, I've seen Hog a lot recently. I've seen Ball a lot recently. How are these two comps going to work here against each other? It doesn't even matter because Fez killed that.
Fez is eager to take some picks after getting absolutely annihilated
And he kills
last
another.
game.
Yep. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter how the comps break down if Fez is just hitting everything. And I think that might just be how this series is going to go tonight. If I'm being honest, Lair, I feel like these teams are just going to pop off at different moments. Obviously, we have to see. There's still a fight going on point with Mirage's Wrecking Ball on there, just trying to stall, but it's not going to last much longer. They're going to get poked out by Joe Biden on the Hog, and Stalemate is going to comfortably hold this first map, or first point, I guess. Valid.
Yeah, Death Blossoms are looking to try and flip point, currently.
Yeah, and JML getting a kill onto Jimbo. There was a trade because Railgun also got a kill. Jack is just, I feel like he's just poking the ball off cooldown, and Fez gets another kill. JML onto Fez decides to try to take that Hanzo out because he's been doing so much, but don't blink too much or you'll miss it. Barbecue Chicken killing JML as well. Mirage looking to try to get something done on this ball, but it just feels like their dives are so discoordinated, and you highlighted that Death Blossoms had a lot of coordination last round.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Where did all this coordination go? Like, it seems they can play Rush flawlessly, but dive...
Yeah. I'd agree, and we have to
dive
see
may not be their strong suit.
It might not. We'll have to see what Fez is going to do, light up with this Hanzo ult, see if he can get something going here. There is currently a Wrecking Ball on point. He's just chilling. Joe Biden gets another kill onto Deadeye, who's playing the Reaper, so that should be a favorable matchup. But it just feels like Death Blossoms is all over the place. They can't get anything going. They don't even have any ultimates, and Deadeye swapped to the Reaper because of the Hog. We're seeing Counterwatch in the big 2-5.
Death Blossoms have 3 ults currently coming up, and I think JML is going to look for a Blade and try and get the Hanzo and Lucio, because if he does not get the Lucio, beat is going to come out instantly.
as you say that, Mines and Wu Yang comes out. That is a devastating combination, but the beat from Jimbo is perfectly timed. JML's gonna go down. Mirage is gonna somehow get Fez with the Mines. I don't know how that happens. Jimbo going to kill Deadeye. The whole log is out on point. There's still ultimates up on the board. Railgun getting dangerously low, but it doesn't matter because Joe Biden took the threat out and Ghostly. And it does look like we're gonna see the polar opposite of point one. It's gonna be a 99-0. That was interesting.
This is...
How did we get here?
I don't know. I've never seen that happen before. A team
never
go
happened
from
to you as
so dominant to... I don't even know the word for it.
So dominant to
Maybe
so
one day
discoordinated, I think. And we're gonna
Yeah.
see some swaps tonight. We're gonna go back to the Zarya. I think that
It
makes
was working.
sense. It was working. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. But we're gonna see. I have a feeling Deadeye's probably gonna swap off the Sim after he TPs. I mean, there's no way you play Sim here. I think that JML's probably gonna stick on that far though. I would have a feeling.
And we see Fez stick on the Hanzo. He's most definitely coming back with a vengeance on that character.
Yeah, Hanzo was working. The Soj was not. It was not it. Deadeye swapping to the Reaper. Okay, that's what I thought. Joe Biden swapping to the Winston. So we're seeing kind of a dive here. Slayer.
The Pharah is going to be a big issue for Stalemate though, as they have no kind of hit scan.
Yeah, and Mirage is going to be an issue for Railgun too, because he already picked up 2 as well as Fez. Mirage, turns out, he actually does not like the DPS. With 3 already, I mean, I feel like this has just been a carbon copy of which team can kill 3 first. We saw Ghostly kill 3 on map 1, Fez kill 3 on map 2, and now Mirage kill 3 on map 3, so who knows, maybe it'll go their way if that's how it's working. We're going to see Joe Biden swap back to the Hog, and I think that's probably right.
And Fez swapping over a cast to try and take care of the Pharah so she can't poke as much.
Yeah, what's interesting to see is how Railgun's going to be able to play around this Zarya, because you know that beam, you can't deflect it. It's going to be really hard to keep up with. JML looking to see if he can get any sort of angle going, but it does look like Stillmate's going to rotate to the polar opposite side of the map and going to get a pick on a Deadeye. That's happened 4 times, Slayer. And you're the Reaper. You can't be dying to the Roadhog. And they just pick up.
They're just going to clean up this fight and hopefully Death Blossoms get some ult charge in return.
Yeah, well, they did die on point. JML decided to take the high road, I guess, and drop in the train tracks. But I mean, Deadeye, I don't know if he's trying to bait out Hook or what, but Joe Biden's hooked him like 4 times.
I've seen him attempt to Wraith and cancel it so he can get away from Hook, but he's failed it twice, and I don't know why he keeps going for it.
Well, I don't know if he's on your ping or the central ping, but all I know is that it's not working. Right now, we do have a fight breaking off in the middle room of the health pack, and Rizzling Mirage has that ultimate. He's going to send it, but Joe Biden kills Deadeye again! But hopefully it will not matter, because Mirage is going to have a beautiful grab, and they're going to cap this point, but not after Stalemate took a slight lead. Kill Deadeye again, bro. How does that keep happening?
Deadeye keeps looking to use his Wraith as a tool for Hook and just doesn't seem to ever get it off.
Oh my god, he's dead again! Fez wins the 1v1. Kitsune is going to come out on the side of Barbecue Chicken. Wraith is going to respond, but Joe Biden, he does not like this Zarya at all. He wants her gone, and that's exactly what he's going to get. Ghost is going to die. Riku is going to get his 1, right? He's going to get his 1, but it's not going to matter because, you know, Stalemate just took the lead last time. Death Blossom takes the lead again, and it looks like we're going to swap for the 3rd time this map. This has been insanely competitive so far, Slayer.
I'm just concerned. Like, Deadeye needs to start winning the 1 against the Hog, because he can't keep losing it.
Yeah, and he Wraith horned onto a freaking. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what he did. We'll talk about it after. Fez gets a kill onto JML, and Mirage is going to get killed onto Fez, but it's not going to matter because Railgun coming down with the blade kills 1, but it is traded out. It isn't even on the point right now, but Deadeye looking to try to be the hero and right his wrongs, popping that ultimate, and it does look like they're going to win, but nobody went to capture the point, so Stalemate's going to gain a healthy lead here. What is that emote? I've never seen that. Interesting. What I was trying to say was Deadeye TP'd and used Wraith onto a cast who had stun left, and that's why he lost, because he stunned him and then killed him. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's not going to matter. We're going to see the grab here versus the Lucio beat. We're in risky territory. I think we're in one fight territories for both teams here. What's the win con, man? Who's gonna? I mean, is it gonna be a hog hook? I don't
The
know.
win con, I think, is going to be overclock, as well as how this Lucio uses his beat.
Oh well, good Suzu comes out, and we do have a certified CGL
We use beat too
Ajax.
late.
Yeah, we didn't use beat enough. I agree. And Railgun's not gonna get the stall here. That's definitely gonna be the end of the map here, but a lot closer than what it was looking to be on those first two. I will say.
A
Good
lot
showing from those
closer.
guys. They almost got the touch. They tried. Valiant effort. That was an interesting map. I think we might be in for a long night tonight, Slayer.
We might be.
If I had to guess, I saw flashes of brilliance from both teams, but in the end, I mean, what do you feel was like the difference maker with Death Blossoms getting?
The difference maker was definitely in their hog. He
You think
kept
so?
he kept successfully baiting out how he was going to use this hook, and Deadeye just kept falling for it.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes, I've seen a few times, I fall for this all the time. I know it's a bad habit. When a hog melees, it can sometimes look like he's about to throw the hook. And the hog was doing that every so often just to throw off when he was using it.
So, yeah, I mean, that was a bit of a difference maker. I think what is going to be a continuous question mark throughout the rest of this series is that Stalemate's main support player, Theory, previous Nebula support Royal Star or whatever, is not here tonight. So Jimbo is filling in his shoes, and we might have seen a little bit of an error. You and I both agreed he used beat too late. Now I will say Barbecue Chicken had a great Suzu to keep Joe Biden alive despite all the damage, but it was a heads up play for Mirage because once they saw that Suzu come through, they used Grab.
Everything.
The issue was as soon as Grab was thrown out, I feel like there was a call from Mirage to focus the Lucio because we got an Ajax. He didn't use beat quick enough. And I think that Stalemate agrees with that idea because they are going to Kings Row and they banned the Zarya.
Yep.
Without hesitation, they banned the Zarya. I mean, what do you think?
Like, I understand the Zarya ban. It was very oppressive.
Right. We saw what you tried to do on Ball and it did not work.
Yeah. But that also doesn't mean that they don't have another tank player just sitting in the wings. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one.
Oh, this is interesting. We're gonna see a Lucio ban. Oh
Kings Row?
God. We've got swaps. I think I might know what's going on here. So during the summer showdown, I know you weren't here for that, so I'll give you a little bit of an information. Death Blossoms had a hog one trick as a tank player, and his name was Jack. And he's coming in. Jack is coming in for this map. For Mirage on tank. So we might see Hog on King, which honestly, Hog's been low key kind of meta for the last few days. So this might not be a bad pick here.
I
But yeah, we'll
regret
see
that I have
Lucio,
also
man.
noticed this. I just hope we don't
Lucio
go
what?
back to Overwatch 1 days where Hog is that meta that he is either picked or you have to counter him.
Yeah. Oh, you were around that, bro. It was terrible. Remember, like
Yeah.
the last Overwatch Overwatch League series or whatever. Like, no, it was Overwatch League. The last Overwatch 1. I'm scrambling over my words. When Overwatch League played Overwatch 1 last, before they swapped over to um, we were in a hog meta. It was ball and hog because there were two tanks. So it was like
Yep.
the worst thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
I've just remembered that I can't say the nickname for that team comp on stream.
I don't think. Oh, not PG.
It's not PG.
Ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, What is PG-13? Are these hands? These hands are rated E for everyone. Is what Death Blossoms is saying to Stalemate, not me.
Good.
Uh,
They need to.
that being said, Death Blossoms are throwing up the R. Stalemate's throwing up the R. We're gonna go into Kings Row map 2 here for what could be a closer map. We shall have to see.
It's always a hope of mine for every Kings Row game that I see 2 Reinhardts. However, I know it's never going to happen. But I can hope.
You can hope. From what I know about Stalemate, we're gonna see the Reinhardt.
I hope. Please, please.
It'd be funny. Honestly, it'd be great. But I know for a fact Death Blossoms is gonna play the Hog. I just know deep down in my heart.
But then again, it's a Reinhardt without a Lucio.
Right. They ban the Lucio because they want to play the Hog comp. I just know that. Yep.
You know what they say? Just go
I don't even
with
gotta
the
say it.
flow.
Yeah.
What is this? What are we seeing? Wu Yang has just ruined this meta, bro. This is why I'm a Wu Yang hater. Because main support has just disappeared. It's double flex all the way. And I can't play the game, dang it.
And I don't mind this at all, being a flex support player. It's great.
I'm sure you're cheesing ear to ear right now behind the screen, bro.
Oh,
Rose cheese.
I am. I
While the
love Wu
rest of us
Yang. He's
don't.
great.
He has a great character design. I think shout out to the devs team, bro. They've been creating some amazing heroes these last 2 seasons for sure.
I'm gonna
What do you think about
see.
these comps, bro?
I'm just interested to see if Railgun's gonna get this opening pick. Personally.
Really not. No
Oh.
one even tries to bother peeking the Widow anymore. So, yeah, no one's even picking him. He's just gonna swap. The Queen comp is interesting. And the Pharah did not do well on map 1. I'm curious to see why are we still running it again?
I think we're running it again as on this map, vertical mobility is what will make or break you. You don't have to do it, but it's best if you do it.
Fair enough. What's interesting enough is I just watched Jack try to clear out Railgun from the side. I think he's trying to hook her out of the air, which if he did, I'd be really impressed. But currently we see a bit of actually, not even a bit of, everyone just turned on Railgun. Late rotation, but it doesn't matter because Fez kills Jack, so that's actually a better pick. It looked like Stalemate just took a really long rotation, trying to flip the map, and Railgun caught, but in the midst of it, Jack also got killed as well.
Stalemate's put their supports on high ground, and it seems to be doing them wonders currently.
As we say that though, Deadeye gets a kill onto Fez, and now he's looking for target number 2. Stalemate does get a, tick. Ghosty's gonna
They're on
take
his
out
team.
Ricky Chicken.
Someone's having balance with herself.
Jimbo kills 2. I don't know what's happening. I can't tell you what's happening. There's too much happening.
Jimbo is just being scary and killing people.
Right, and as I said, Jack gets a great hook onto Jimbo, but it doesn't matter because Fez takes his head off for a second time. Railgun going to pick up Deadeye, and now we're going to see if any adjustments will come out on this side of Death Blossoms. Because here's the thing, Jack almost never played anything but Hog in the Summer Showdown. I don't feel like Hog is a good pick into this, but that's just my gut.
He may not be a good pick, but he may be the best pick they have.
And that's a bar. We need to write that down. Someone write that down for me. Right now. Like, stop streaming right now. Just playing. What about the ult advantage on the side of Stalemate right now? I feel like they're a lot closer to crucial ultimates than Death Blossoms is, although Death Blossoms is coming up on the...
They are, but Death Blossoms is not far away from Nano, and if they use it correctly, it could turn the fight instantly. They just need one good pick.
That is true. What I don't love, and I get why Death Blossoms had to do it, you didn't defend Archway at all. You just let Cart get up to this corner, which is going to be better for the Queen, because look how tight that space is. And Fez gets another pick on the Railgun. Yeah, the Hog is not going to work in that area. You have to have more wide open line of sight. And Jimmy is not even going to have to use an ultimate. I feel like they weren't even pushed, and we're almost already to point B.
What seems to be happening is Stalemate's Ana is heavily focusing anti-ing their Hog, and they're just not Suzuing it, or because they don't have Suzu ready for it.
Yeah, I think what's happening is Joe Biden, Railgun, and Fez are collectively working together to get that Suzu out from right, and then as soon as that Suzu's out, Barbecue Chicken's just sending it in, which, I mean, you're the flex support. player. I mean, wouldn't you do that if you were on the Ana? So it's like,
It is the exact thing I would do.
yeah, I think it's a good game plan. You know what else is a good game plan, Slayer? Taking off your enemy's head. JML gets a good kill on
Yeah.
Jimbo, who did use the Wu Yang ult. I don't remember seeing it. But it was used. I don't mind the swap, but there's Fez, and Fez does not
And
like
a
it. But they got
classic
Nano
Nano
Blade.
Blade coming in.
But it doesn't matter because they just take his head off. The peel from Joe Biden proving to be fruitful for the side of Stalemate, and all those ultimates that Death Blossom was just poured into a losing fight. It hurts, and JML collects Jimbo's head again, but I don't even think it's gonna matter.
And the Railgun caught both of Death Blossom support out of position and just capitalized heavily from that.
But wait a minute, hold on, the DPS line took a side of. Wait, no one's gonna touch! No, wait, no one touches! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Player, hold my hand.
Was that a C9?
Right now, bro.
Was that a C9 or just not touching?
I think
in
it
time?
was a C9 because JML killed 2. Deadeye followed up, but he was lost in the sauce in the background that he dashed in, and by the time he dashed in, he had no deflect, so they picked him up. There were 2 people from the side of Death Blossoms on the left-hand side who could have touched, who did not. I just don't think anyone died on cart. Like, I don't think Death Blossoms called to die on cart to stall it so people could get back. I think they thought that fight was still winnable.
They might have, and that's not even the part that I'm most scared of here. Stalemates have only lost 8 seconds.
Oh my god. They started with 4 and they lost 8 seconds.
They lost 8 seconds total.
Yeah, I don't feel like there was ever a fight on point B. I don't think there was one fight on point B. I think the setup was terrible. The setup was pretty
It
rough.
was.
But Death Blossoms, they ride or die on this hog pick, and they're gonna run it. They're gonna run it down.
It might be that Hog is the best pick they have here.
I mean, you got to make the most of what you have. But here's the thing: you're a support player. If you were Ryan, what do? You use Suzu to negate the damage that Railgun, Fez, and Joe Biden are doing, or do you use Suzu to negate the nades? I mean, like, I just feel like there's a really good game plan on this side.
I would always focus on the nades. Because you can heal damage, you can't heal an anti.
That's true. That's true. I just feel like Rye feels like he's caught in a rock in the hard place, but I'm interested to see. We have a Widow Echo.
A Widow who's sticking.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing good. I mean, JML got a lot of good picks towards the end of that last map. I just don't know how I feel about. Never mind. It
And a
doesn't matter
pick
how
on the
I feel.
May.
Yep, because
From
Jack's
Jack.
gonna kill May. He's gonna do his thing there. Shot gonna come out from Joe Biden, looking to try to get the backline. Suzu out early from Rye. Let's see if Barbecue Chicken can follow up on it. He can't get a good angle. Jack playing his corners really well, but Joe Biden is just gonna have such better sustain over the hog. That being said, it doesn't really feel like Death Blossoms is pressing the issue. They're up 1, but it doesn't feel like they're moving.
Enhanced accuracy.
And, I mean, as I say that, Fez, because no, that was a terrible fight.
Yeah.
That was a really bad fight from Death Blossoms. You had the advantage and you did not move, and then Fez comes back and kills your team.
And Jack just seems to be... He gets a pick, but then
Right.
his team don't fully follow up with it. And the moment their Hog gets a pick, they have to go in.
Yeah, we're gonna see Deadeye swap over to the Genji. Shout comes out early again. The reason I keep calling it is because no one seems to go up. When the Queen doesn't have Shout, she does not have sustain, so y'all need to walk. But they're just afraid of this May. But Jack gonna take out public enemy number 1.
Are they
He's
gonna walk in
collect
this
2.
time? He's got 2.
Yep, they are certainly going to walk now. Thank the Lord. JML swap over to the Soj. I like that pick a lot better. You can follow up on what your tank's doing more. You can blow up the Queen, build easy charge. So, yeah, good fight from Jack. Good fight from Death Blossoms. I
Great
think
fight.
maybe they're just in their heads a little.
That is probably what is happening here.
I'm drinking some water. You have water, Claire? You have any
What is
beverage?
water?
Are you an anti-water guy? You don't
No,
take care of yourself?
No, I drink tea.
Valid. Hot or cold? Wait, never mind. We got a fight breaking out in the middle of the point. Railgun's gonna die, but Jack is going to trade for Deadeye. He kills two actually with the Queen ult. He believes this fight is still winnable. Looking to follow up, but Jack is still on the point, considering rush out for Death Blossom. Looking what they can do. Gets the hook and the solo ult onto Joe Biden. Do not tell this man it's not personal, because it is. It is
That
personal.
was just disrespect, and I am here for it.
Every ounce of, you know what he heard? He heard that Joe Biden doesn't drink water. And, yeah, that's
He
what
might
it
have.
was.
He might have.
You gotta drink water, kids.
I may have to start drinking water again.
It's important. Hey, but tea's really good. I drink a lot. Well, our tea's different because I'm from the South, in the States. So I drink sweet tea. But anyway, ult advantage. I think it's favoring Stalemate, but what are you seeing?
Heavily favored in Stalemate. That there is no if, but, or maybe here. And
Yeah.
if I was on Stalemate, I'd be looking for a nano overclock right now.
Well, who needs an nano overclock when Railgun kills JML? But you still could look for it if you really wanted to press the issue. Right now, they are looking to take space off of the cart. Good knife onto Jack, but Jack's just got so much peel from the Curie Wu Yang. You still have to respect his hog because he could one-shot combo. No hook means it's go time, so they are going to walk, try to get on the hog, but actually really good disengage from Death Blossoms here. They don't lose too much because of it, and they actually get one! You gotta check those corners.
Hope you brought a change of clothes.
It's go
You
time.
have to check the corners. And there's still a fight breaking down because here's Wu Yang ult on the side of Deadeye looking to try to stun one. It's gonna get the nano Sojourn. Wait, no, Sojourn was using ult. Deadeye decides to use, wait a minute. Was that a Wu Yang blade? Was that what that was?
No, that was a Wu Yang blade, and they cancelled the enemy's.
What is Joe Biden doing? Oh my gosh, he's actually huge. It gets a bunch of people low. He's still alive. This team gets back. This is still winnable.
Joe Biden could win the solo.
Joe Biden, I thought he was a president, but it turns out he's a warlord. He's gonna kill Jack here. Maybe, no, the fuel's too good. Jimbo's gonna kill Deadeye. Jack with another solo ult. I'm sorry, this is just chaotic. This is just too funny. What is happening? I'm tweaking.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but did Jimbo's ultimate get cancelled last fight?
I don't know who it came out on. Yeah, it might have gotten canceled. I know he got a kill, but I don't know. Maybe he used it on himself? I don't know. There's been a lot of weird Wu angles. We do have a barrage. There is still a minute and a half left for Death Blossom.
Joe Biden almost has his ult again.
Again! Oh my god, this guy has been the difference maker on the Queen here. Railgun is going to solo ult Ghostly. JML going to try to respond. Joe Biden really, he just wants this hog dead. And I know why he wants it dead. But wait a minute, Raikou looking into the fight, and Jack punishes Joe Biden's aggression and flips back on him.
He got way too aggressive there, and he needed to back out for even just 2 seconds.
Right. Your supports are slow, they can't go with you, and I know Jack is maybe playing some mind games, solo ulting him, but Joe Biden, you can't let Jack get to you. You gotta stay locked in. Still, they have less time now. 206 is still a good time to work with, but Stalemate does have the time advantage here, so you can't be too mad about that. But you do need to find a way to stabilize, because if you're Stalemate, you probably really wanted to win that point, right?
Yeah. And I'm half expecting Jack to go on a flank hit and try and just get a hook on literally anyone and a kill.
Yeah, as you say that, kill comes out. JML decides to kill too. Joe Biden used his ult, but it does look like this one was less impactful. Fez and JML are 1v1ing on the point, support diff for both teams. Jack is just living in the back line. Sorry, Joe Biden's living in the back line. Jack just decided to back up, and even though Stalemate's down 2, Death Blossom's backed up. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. Wu Yang ult comes out, stuns a couple, but it doesn't really get anything. Jack decided to use the ultimate. It's not a solo ult this time, so maybe he decides...
He's using his ult to force them off of point.
It is.
So he can get it ever so closer.
Ooh, but good anti and good no Suzu to follow up on it, so that was a good play. Jack decides to kill Railgun. I don't know why Railgun went in there, but that was interesting. Death Blossom's killed 2 and did not press the advantage. That's weird. That was interesting. And I mean, the Hoggle could have worked. I think if the cart was closer.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a reason why they would have killed 2 and not went in, but I don't think there is one.
Well, I know that Joe Biden kind of zoned the backline off with his ultimate, but I mean, it's just one queen and they're down 2. Like, you got to do something. Now there's 30 seconds left. You have to finish with time if you don't want it to be a draw.
And
But
Deadeye's
with
got
the way
Blade
it's
coming up
looking
there. I think
now,
he's going to go on the enemy support because he's got no other choice.
Fez gets an opening pick here, but yeah, Deadeye, he's got to go. You do have the Kitsune Blade, but you have to play quick. You can't play slow. You don't want to play for a draw. You need to play to tie up this map, and I don't think they're going to get it. I don't even think that they win this fight now, they're going to get it. So they must be playing for the draw. As I say that, Joe Biden does get hooked, decides to ult. Railgun going to solo ult. Jack decides that. Oh, C9.
C9.
2 C9s. That hurts. We're tied up. We're tied up, Slayer. We're going to a map 3. This has been definitely a series of all time.
I want to say something, but I don't even know how to phrase it, kind of thing. Like, I've got the phrasing now. We're seeing such a bipolar turn of events from Death Blossoms and Stalemates.
Right.
Death Blossoms seems to either be really good one moment and really bad the next, and Stalemate capitalizes the moment they see Death Blossom have a tiny crack.
Right.
And it seems to just be going back and forth between who's cracking first under the pressure.
Well, I think these teams are both really good. I think Stalemate's a lot better than anticipated. And yeah, I think it's exactly that. I genuinely think this would go to 5 maps, which would definitely be fun. But I just think it's gonna really depend on who has the better pick for what map. I mean, these bans have been crucial. That Zarya ban, because you wanted to play the Queen on Kings, was great. But now Death Blossoms could pick, Suravasa and ban the Queen. And how big would that be for Death Blossoms?
I don't think that would be much of an issue for Stalemates to get over, because we've seen them use different tanks nigh constantly.
True. That's a good point. And you and I could theorize about this, but we're actually gonna not. We don't need to theorize it about much longer because we're gonna take a little quick break. We're gonna take a little 3-minute break. Let these teams figure out what they need to do. We're coming back for map 3 after this, so grab a drink, grab whatever you want because this series has been a banger so far, and you're not gonna want to miss it. We'll be back on the other side. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the other side of this so far really great, kind of confusing series, Slayer. We've got a 1-1 matchup between Stalemate and Death Blossoms, and something that Sonarki told us off stream was that the Wu Yang ult that we lost, that you and I couldn't find, was actually because their Death Blossoms used Wu Yang on their Genji, and so Stalemate responded by using Wu Yang on
They're
Fez, and I guess we
Sojourn.
didn't notice because Fez died. So that was something we didn't see. So thanks to our prod for catching that. Hashtag we love Snarky. Can we get hashtag Snarky's the goat in chat right now, please? No, I'm just playing. We are going to circuit though. We did see some bans. Talk me through these bans. These bans are interesting. And also
So
circuit. How do you feel about circuit?
I love Circuit. First of all, it's Widow's playground. Uh, it's the home ground of poke. If you don't run poke, you run dive. Because if you run rush, 9 times out of 10 you'll get poked out before you get to the fight.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Um,
Yeah. And these
we're
bans
seeing
again.
we're seeing a Hanzo and a
Bad
Bat
policy.
ban, so it will be more difficult for teams to run the more stereotypical poke, but that does not stop anyone from running Widow on this map.
Yeah. Um. So I was drinking some water for a second. But anyway, we are seeing some swaps coming in. I don't know how I feel about the Bat ban and the big 2025, um, especially because of the swaps that I'm seeing. I do agree with the Hanzo swap because Fez is taking your heads off, like you said. We do have a lot of swaps across the board for both teams, so I'm gonna go through them real quick. We have Mirage coming back in for tank over Jack, which I agree with. Jack had his moments, but I mean that hog comp was just really hard to work through. Ghostly slopping to DPS over Deadeye, which, while Wasabi's coming in for support for Death Blossoms, and then for Stalemate, we have one substitution. That's going to be K coming in for Joe Biden. So lots of interesting swaps. We're going to see if these teams are ready here as we get into it. If I remember correctly, I think K is Stalemate's Sigma player. So we're going to circuit. I think that pick makes sense.
It makes way too much sense for them to bring in heck, even just a Sigma specialist for these few poke maps that exist. It's definitely worthwhile.
Especially in Diamond Tier. I feel like not a lot of Diamond teams play Sigma.
Welcome to Circuit Royale.
Do you like Sigma? I like his. Oh.
You like his what? I'm also appreciate the fact that Sigma is a very stable tank, and he's not too easy to play, but he's not too difficult to play. And we'll be pausing for a few minutes here while we figure out a few technical issues. Well, it'll probably be like seconds, but ayo, we hope. So what is your thoughts on the bans then, Vert?
Welcome to Circuit Royale.
Vert, are you here?
Initiating match.
Hello? Was that
We can
muted?
hear you now.
GG's. I guess I was muted. I tried to set it, but thank you for taking over. I'm not a huge fan of the Bat ban on Circuit. I mean, I get he's a good pick for this map, but like.
But like,
I apologize. I keep getting phone calls and I don't know what.
Ready for battle.
I'm just gonna put my phone on D&D because I'm connected to my iPad and that's how I'm making music. Not music. That's how I'm That's how I'm here right now. But my iPad's connected to my phone. So it's like,
That would be an issue. And from the side of Death Blossoms, we are seeing the Widow like I thought we would be. And I think he is just gonna be... He's either gonna reign supreme or he's gonna just try and get 1 or 2 picks a fight, and that's all he'll ever need to do.
5, 4,
yeah.
2,
Um,
1.
these comps are
Attackers
interesting.
incoming.
I'm
Stop the payload.
what are your thoughts on it? I feel like I haven't seen a Lucio all night. Which is definitely a change of
And-
pace.
Stalemates went over there and just is currently trying to press an advantage because they weren't not expecting to see
Yeah,
Death Blossoms right there.
Yeah, they tried an interesting strat. They tried to go over, did not work out for them. We're gonna see a full comp swap. So you know what? At least they tried something, and they're like, okay, it's not working. Let's swap. Somehow, in the
Yeah.
midst of the fire, Railgun died. I think he killed himself to his own
Time to
bow
teach
shot.
these
So that's
bugs
interesting.
some
We're gonna see a
manners.
Sigma mirror here. I don't know if I disagree with that. I mean, this is a good Sigma.
It's way too good of a Sigmat for them not to play Sig.
Right. Alright, JML trying to get something done here on this Widow, see if he can get anything. Railgun already 50% to that ultimate, but Kate gets really, really low. Mostly going to pick off his heals, and he's coming in, and I mean, that was just a really good fight from Death Blossoms. It seemed like Kate pressed the advantage a little too much, and it ended up not working out for him. He got stunned. Turns out when you're in a Sigma duel, you can't get stunned.
If you get stunned in a Sigma duel, it will just lead to a game over.
Indeed. Indeed. JML looking to try to get some top shots onto here. Kills Jimbo, but Fez is going to trade it out. Another anti-on, but this time onto Mirage. So Barbecue Chicken getting the best of that duel. And it does look like Death Blossoms is going to try to, you know, back up here. Not without getting their Sigma first, though. That's a good pick. But I don't know
It
if
is
it'll
the
matter.
best pick they could have hoped for because K will get back before their Sigma does, I think, right now.
I think he should.
Yeah, that is exactly what we're about to see happen. K is going to get back before their Sigma does.
No, actually, he's going to be late. Mirage is going to be there first, which is good for Death Blossoms.
Oh,
They are
I
pushing
got
on it. No,
the
you
seems
didn't.
wrong.
Oh, but another anti on the Mirage. JML takes out the Honest as a pure problem. And he kills Fez. JML coming alive for Death Blossoms right now. But, I mean, without a Sigma, it's going to be hard to press up. Especially with K sitting right there. Not if Railgun gets sold. Then it might not be so hard. So now you just got to kill Jimbo.
Now we're going to see a Nano onto Ghostly, and Ghostly is just going to clean up this fight by himself. Maybe.
He's going to do what he needs to do. I don't know why we're still ulting. But you still get one, and he's still alive. I mean, yeah, it's so awkward to try to push a Sig without your Sig. Anti comes in, their Sig comes back. Hindsight, I think they're going to realize that was a wasted ult.
Try to remain aware of your surroundings.
Has reached the checkpoint.
Though it was a wasted ult, I think he had a vision there where he could potentially have held it.
Yeah,
But for that to have happened, he would have had to hit everything.
right. Agreed. And now the ultimate advantage is going to sway into Death Blossom's favor here.
This ends now.
At least I think so. Jimbo's been really slow on that Juno ult.
It won't be for long.
Not for long. Okay, heads up play for Mirage. You see the Sig Rock comes out. You go ahead and ult him, then you Sig Rock him. But Fez decides that he has his own plans. He takes out Ghostly. Mirage gets wow, antied. And now it doesn't matter. Now Stalemate is just going to clean up this fight pretty easily here. And you know how you said just a second ago, they do have an ult advantage, but not for long? Well, not for long's here. It's here now.
Stalemates has 3 ults, and Death Blossoms only really have the 1.
I mean, you have to imagine that Ghostly will probably build his Freya ult, but Freya ult's just kind of useless, I'm not gonna lie.
It's one of those
JML.
ults that's similar to Pulse. You can use it, and yeah.
Pretty much whenever, however. Railgun dropping dangerously low, having to get healed from the supports. Decides to go back out with the ultimate. Does get Mirage should go low. Nano coming out onto K, decides to walk forward, but he gets slept. Ghostly kills Fez, and somehow, someway, Death Blossoms is turning this fight onto Stalemate instead. And that ultimate advantage that they had just disappeared, and Death Blossoms, they press the issue.
And crucially here, Jimbo has made sure not to use his orbital.
That's good. Yeah, no, that was good. That's a good play. If you are able to contest, you will be able to use the orbital. So we'll have to see if Lobby can get this Nano in the
If
next time.
If they can get back, Orbital might win this fight for them.
K's gonna look to touch. They do miss the anti-nade onto K. He's gonna live slightly, but still no Jimbo. Fez way out of position there. Jimbo pops the ultimate onto point. Sigrock comes out. It's gonna be not enough because Ghostly and Mirage are just killing a lot of people. Ray's desperately low, but like I said, Ghostly's just gonna come
Ghostly
down.
is just cleaning everything up right now.
Well, that would have been a 5K if Rai hadn't stolen one of his kills, but he'll settle for the 4 probably. And the point capture. Yeah, Blossoms is rolling right now. And they have an ult advantage again, and now Jimbo's swapping to the Brig? For why? Why are they swapping Brig? Who are you protecting?
I think it's to try and make sure Ghostly can't get to his armor as easily.
Yeah, I can see that. As I say that though, Case decides to take on Ghostly himself. You know, again, you're a problem. Fez goes JML, JML goes BBQ Chicken. I feel like JML, ever since swapping to Widow late King's Row, has just been a huge difference maker here at these shots. But so is Railgun. Going Wabi again and taking on the Sig. Don't tell me he wins this. Do not tell me he wins this. We have a Sig
He might
versus...
win this.
Yeah, we have a 1v1 on the point. He doesn't win this. But surely we kill Mirage, right? Surely he doesn't get Peel. Surely he doesn't get Peel, right?
He's gotten tons of Peel.
And he lives, and he ults. He decides to kill the Widow, but it's not gonna matter. You're...
Stalemate is without a tank right now, and they're just gonna have to try and regroup and hope to hold it in this long choke here, where Death Blossoms will have the advantage having a Widow on their team.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see if they can here. Sights is coming up here just a moment. Lobby going to be getting that mana here anytime. Actually, he's gonna use it now. Gonna go ahead and pump it on to Ghostly, who's gonna take out Railgun pretty handily. Huge anti out from the side of Wabi. I can see why they put her in now. Jimbo getting low. K's gonna kill that Ghostly. I mean, K's still trying to get everything that he can. But it's just not gonna matter here. Oh my goodness. As I say that though, we're literally still middle of the fight. I mean, nothing's happened yet. Huge Sigil. It's gonna kill the Sigma. Hopefully that's the end of it, but...
It appears that the fight is just not for ending.
Yeah, it's never ending. So that makes my job hard, because it's never ending. But
Ghostly is currently on a flank and he's gotten one because Railgun was off by himself.
And Wabi somehow cleans up as well. Ghostly going to kill Jim. Oh my god. Death Blossoms had no business winning that fight, but Ghostly exists, and he likes winning fights. So they're gonna pull past this.
Ghostly was up on the high ground by himself, and
just kill people, and we're gonna see a late
Railgun came up at the wrong time, wrong place.
JML is gonna get a kill. Barbecue Chicken does kill Wabi, so it is gonna be briefly winnable for a moment. Nano rally onto the point here, trying to get whatever they can, but Ghostly is behind them. Nobody's looking at him. Late swap to Doom might not mean much. He's gonna kill Barbecue Chicken. I mean, he's teabagging! Oh my god, we have teabagging in the street, right? Honestly, doing that, but he deserves it.
JML and Ghostly are having too much free reign, to the point where I think if any of the DPS on Stalemate play it, I do have that right? We might need to see a Sombra come out.
Oh, okay. You think the Sombra should come out?
It might be, like, because it shuts down Freya for a couple of seconds, and that's all you need to dive her.
Yeah, Sombra
That is if they
kind
can
of
play
an
dive.
easy... Yeah, we'd have to see. Sombra is a bit of a cheesy hero, in my opinion. But I mean, love or hate her, she is effective. So I see your point in that.
Ready for battle.
We're gonna, I mean, this is your map pick if you're Death Blossoms, so full capping on circuit, regardless of the time, is always an accomplishment. If you're Stalemate, though, I still feel like this is a little bit winnable, no?
It is very much winnable from the side of Stalemate. The only difference we would need to see here is them having some sort of an effort to shut down Ghostly, as he is on an absolute rampage.
Yeah, actually, since we can see the stats, fortunately, Ghostly is currently flooded deadlifting, or pretty close to it. The closest person in terms of final blows to him is Mirage with 8, which is about half of what he has.
Attackers incoming.
So
It'd be K with 9, and even then it's
The payload.
not enough.
yeah,
And
so
we are going to
Ghostly
see the
is-
Zai come back out. But from the
Yeah, but this
opposite side
time-
this time.
Yeah, on the side of Stalemate, they decide that they're losing the Sig duel, which is interesting. Decides to swap over to the Zarya. Not sure how I feel about that, because I feel like the problem wasn't the Sig, it was Ghostly. He was doing crazy banana things to Stalemate. Regardless, though, Death Blossoms is going to give up a decent amount of space here. Not before landing a rock on a railgun and taking them out, however. So maybe the space was tactical. Maybe you prefer that position where you're standing. And I think it's going to pay off for them.
And Barbecue has had to use Suzu to make sure they didn't die from Ghostly.
Yeah, I'm beginning to see. I think I'm beginning to understand the BAP ban here. But the thing is the team who banned the BAP is currently suffering from it. That would be stunning. With no BAP, your options to just live through a lot of damage is only Suzu, and you typically have to pair a Lucio player with it. But like we said, Jimbo's not a great Lucio player. That being said, Fez is going to take off JML. Decides that, you know, he's been public enemy number 1. I mean, JML's been killing it. Great wall on the side of Railgun. They're going to have to see if we can capitalize on that save.
Ghostly's holding high ground, but he's just not getting the kills that he needs to from up there. And
Yeah,
that seems to be what's making sure that
Right.
Stalemate can get the win.
Stalemate's favor. Yeah, and I think I'm beginning to understand the strategy here for Stalemate. They're just looking to wall off the Sig. That's all. They just want to wall off the Sig. They want to get in there quick, wall them off. I think the hit scan duel between Fez and JML has fed families tonight. It's been super close, back and forth. But Ghostly already has that Freya ult. We'll have to see. I mean, if you're Stalemate, you don't need to kill him on cooldown. You just need to neutralize him. That was a airball. That Sig ult got done. Are they gonna kill him? Wait, they don't kill him? How do they not kill him? You had the wall and then Great Suzu coming out to live from the Freya ult, so it was a little bit of a waste on the side. And JML beginning dangerously low. Fez wanting to chase it. Wall comes out.
Mirage get walled off and killed again.
Yeah, they are putting everything. Oh, huge crowd from the side of K. They do not like the Sig, and Stalemate with a blistering 5 minutes to finish this map, Slayer.
And we are going to see Mirage swap over onto Reinhardt and JML swap onto Cass.
What? The main?
And
Okay, the
Ghostly
only
swap
reason
onto
that-
May from Freya.
Yeah. I think the only reason not swapping the supports is because they have ults, I guess. But you know who else has ults?
Yeah.
Stalemate!
Jim-
They have 3
yeah.
of them! This is a disaster for Death Blossoms right now. This is bad. And the Ryan swap too. I mean, I guess I understand it. Good wall again. Huge blizzard. I mean, it's just gonna do too much to Mirage. But the wall from the side of Ghostly and the Nano keeps the Ryan up. He has 60 charge, and somehow, some way, Death Blossoms is gonna flip this fight on the Stalemate. With pretty much ease, I'll say that, but Mirage is kind of neutralized from K, and I mean, this has got to... Okay, now they'll clean this up. Surely they clean this up.
I don't think this is a clean-up-able fight. I think this is they're just gonna sit and hope that they exist well enough to kill them.
Yeah, they're gonna get a huge wall on the K. I think that Death Blossoms, if I were a Death Blossoms player and I just walled off that Zarya, I would say, huh, do you like it? Do you like it when it happens to you? Because, no! Wait, he lives? Oh my gosh. Wabasabi just barely ducked out of Fez's surge thing. That was so crazy. We do have a shatter on screen though.
We do.
We're gonna have to see how
Indeed
the
we
shatter
do.
works here. We're gonna have to see if Jimbo uses their ults. They are speeding in. This could be a great
This
engage.
ends
Mirage
now.
walking in a straight line. He is going to shatter, but it's not going to get anything because he's just super low. Unfortunately,
He
it was a
got
double
3,
win.
but he could not capitalize.
No, he couldn't. And you know what's funny was Fez came up from that stun and hit a headshot right after coming up, but he also got killed by Ghostly as well. So it's still a 4v4. Nano comes out again. I felt like they just used it. I thought they just used it. Barbecue Chicken going to get killed with the speed boost from the Nano with the perk. I mean, that's a scary sight to see.
They did just use it, to my knowledge, and I think they just farmed it fast enough to get it back.
Oh my god. And as quickly is Death Blossom flipping this over. They're playing this point really well. They know what they want to do. They do give up the high ground, which I don't know if I'm a fan of, but obviously you probably feel like you can't sit there. What I'm waiting for, and what we are sitting on, is this Juno ult. I would love it if we use this Juno ult, especially because we have Grav up.
And Blizzard as well. If they use all 3 at once, though it's not good for the long run, it could just secure them the map.
Yeah, they does appear that the Juno ult is going to come out map. May. Railgun choosing not to use his ult, decides to use it later, and it might pay off as the Grav also comes out. They're going to blow up Mirage here. They do have the advantage on the point. The Ghostly fearlessly running into the team. Somehow he gets a kill and goes unpunished. It's still a chaotic fight. Wabasabi's literally just sitting on high ground, not doing anything right now. I mean, he's just sitting there pumping in heals, uncontested. Somehow Ghostly dies, but Raikou stays through it. Anti comes through. Mirage still gets the kill. I have to imagine if Fez kills Diana there, that's a little bit more winnable for Stalemate. But now, we had 5 minutes and 28 seconds on the third point. We're at a minute 50. And we have Shatter again.
When don't we have Shatter?
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. Especially because now K has no bubble, so he's just sitting here. Railgun gets another kill onto Wait, that's a good pick. The Shadow does nothing. The Shadow does nothing. It just missed. It was a big wall from Railgun to hit something off. Kitsune Rush is coming out. Mirage is gonna die. They bully the tank. That's the strategy. Just bully the tank, guys. Just call him fat and ugly. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. But anyway, Raya is gonna get really low here. Ghostly, no cooldowns left. Wall's gonna come down. Wabasabi's finally handled with. And yes, you are gonna finish with more time, surely.
And we are going to see a swapped stall here from the side of Death Blossoms. Just trying to run down the clock.
And it's a good strategy. Obviously, wow, what a shot.
Wow.
From Railgun. That was a great shot. Oh my god. Blizzard's coming out. That's actually a huge blizzard. That's a massive blizzard. They're gonna get a pick here. The Nano's gonna come out. Dead Blossoms could still win this if they can live. Grav comes out at the final minute. And I mean, I don't know how this is gonna go. Okay, it looks like it's a 3v4 on point right now. It is favoring Stalemate if they can clean up on the Lucio, who's super low. Blizzard comes out themselves, and they should win this now. But it was an excellent stall to make it really close on the side of Death Blossom. So you had 5 minutes and 28 seconds coming into this third point. You've only finished 30 seconds more than Death Blossoms. That has to be demoralizing.
Switching sides.
It may feel demoralizing, but these teams will have been in much worse positions than this. It is clawbackable. There is always a chance.
It's always winnable. Every dog has their day. But that stall game, I don't know if they practiced that, but that was great.
And they have cracked the code on how to deal with Ghostly's Freya. It would seem.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he did feel less impactful that round. I don't know why that might have been the case. Do you have any idea? I genuinely don't know.
He was trying to hold high ground to cover for his tank getting walled off, and he couldn't secure the picks due to his tank being walled off.
Right. It's hard to look at the team if there's a giant wall in between you.
Yeah.
And defense is a lot harder to take angles there. Because on attack you have a little bit more sides to see. But
5, 4,
Slayer.
3,
And we are gonna see Stalemate
1.
all crouch upstairs and
Yep.
try and go for a sneak rush right off the bat.
Yep. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah, we are.
I mean, there's a minute left. It might not hurt to go for it. B comes out, they're gonna jump on. Oh, but a huge rock on the railgun halfway through the
Ghostly
jump.
instantly getting a pick
Oh,
onto Railgun.
that was a huge pick from Ghostly. The anti comes out onto Mirage, but it doesn't matter because K got slept. So what should have been a great strategy almost seemed almost really predictable.
Ghostly is
from the
currently
side.
in prime. Ghostly has a target range right now and is
Yeah.
getting kills on. He has sightlines on everyone and could get kills on all of them very fast.
He's just uncontested, and it looks like Jimbo's going to look to try to 1v1 him, and I don't think you're going to be that successful. JML killing the Pharah, and my thing is Mirage has gotten dangerously low with these antis from Barbecue Chicken. I don't feel like we've given Barbecue Chicken enough support, enough
We
shout
have.
this match. He's done great. He's done great. But yeah, I mean, the nades have been great, but the support on the side of Death Blossoms has been greater. And like we just said, Ghostly wasn't as good on defense because there's less angles, but now he controls the angles here on attack. You gotta do something about this fight.
I don't think anything can be done unless they swap back to their mate. Nothing is going to change really.
Yeah, especially because the Ryan into the Sig is a bit uncomfortable. Huge shatter coming out onto the Sig. We are gonna get a pick onto Rye all the way in Narnia, but it's not gonna matter because Ghostly and JML are just having their day.
Ghostly's having a field day, as I thought this would happen. The moment you don't play poke or dive on these kinds of maps, you will suffer the consequences.
Whoa. A hazard for the big 2-5 and double hit scan for the Freya. That makes sense. What's the JML swap over to the cast? This is interesting. Do you just play for ults here if you're Stalemate? Because it is overtime. I mean, I feel like the momentum is just swinging in that Blossom's favor right now.
I think they have to not play for ults, but play for some kind of momentum that they can get back.
That Sig ult was massive, and it looked like K was off sync with his team. He jumps in, but no one was with him. Gets stunned by JML, who just swapped to the cast. And I genuinely think Death Blossoms is going to capture this 5th point.
They are going to capture the 5th, but are they going to capture the 6th?
We'll have to see. We do see a Sara swap. I am in support of that. We are sticking onto this cast. I feel like the May could work on this point the best, particularly. We're seeing the Ryan swap again. So we're seeing just rock, paper, scissors in terms of the tank duel right now. Ilaria ult coming out, Freya ult coming out. Jimbo decides to pop the ult, thinking it's still winnable. But this is just a disaster for Stalemate, as Death Blossoms is just cleaning house right now.
JML and Ghostly are just having a firing range, and no one is seeming to step up to try and stop them.
Yeah.
They are cleaning house.
This might be a mental doom on the side of Stalemate. It felt like they had all the momentum just a few minutes ago, but Death Blossom taking it back. They have a nano here, which honestly, surprisingly, somehow, some way, Stalemate hasn't built up the ult. They're gonna nano as well. Mirage is gonna get antsy, but he has the nano, so he lives and he kills 2. Ghostly kills 3. And I mean, it is traded out 2v3, but they have no support.
That might be enough.
They're not gonna be able to kill anyone. I don't know if they're gonna be able to clutch this.
Ghostly is still alive, and he cleans house.
What? We just saw a full cap in overtime with a minute to spare, and you go from having 528 on point 3 to giving up all 3 points in overtime. This is a disaster.
I feel I may have jinxed them with my opening statement by saying anything is possible.
Well, anything is possible. We're watching it right now.
Because Death Blossom seem to be making a statement here that if Ghostly is not dealt with, then he is going to be a problem.
Yeah, we'll have to see how he fares on this Freya on attack. I want to get a check-in on the final. Oh my lord, bro. The closest person to Ghostly right now is at 17, and he has 33 final blows.
Yeah.
I mean, this has to be like a 50 bomb right now, because that's just his final blows. We don't even know the amount of kills he has. This Freya performance is insane. And what's interesting about this, Stalemate's sister's team, Checkmate, trialed Ghostly, and they dropped him. And so Death Blossoms
5,
picked him up.
4,
The irony.
2.
The
You're playing
irony
against the
is
sister team.
Attackers incoming.
And
must
now
be
you guys are
wasted on them.
Yeah.
Stop the payload.
Regardless, we're gonna have to see if Checkmate can get back in this, mentally recover from that. Every dog has their day. You can have yours. We're gonna see the Zarya comp. JML gonna
JML
open
getting
up
his
with a
opening
headshot
pick.
there. I hope that's not how this round will go. If you're a Stalemate fan. This is just a lot of damage on the side of both teams. Ghostly having to be backed up a little bit by Fez's Soj. I just don't know how I feel about the Zarya pick into the Sig. I mean, look, you're going to get the space that you want, which is fine. But we saw what happened last time. When the Sig is over on this corner, he tends to perform a lot better.
They walled him off, but they walled him off too far.
Yeah,
So it
too
was
far
easily...
wide.
Well, it was easy for everyone to move around.
But that's a good wall right there, and Mirage just get a good counter rock. They're going to shoot through his... He does have some overhealth. JMO killing Jimbo again. And I have to feel like Death Blossoms has some PTSD from these walls, because even though the walls were bad, they just keep backing up. I mean, that's another good wall, but they can't capitalize because they're down their main support of healing. And Ghostly, he's got windows to shoot through now, and we're in the final 10 seconds. That's a good ante. Suzu's out. Have to see what the teams can do. Fez kills JML. It's still winnable. Double beam into the Sig. And it's going to be Wabasabi on point. Ghostly backing up, maybe wanting to keep that KD. He's going to throw himself on point. You know, that's a selfless play right there. You could have kept the KD because the fight was lost anyway. But you jump on because you're a hero, dang it. Now, here's what's going to be interesting. We're sticking on to the Sig, which I'm in support of because you have the ultimate. But will it even matter?
Yes, as Sig ult. If you can get it onto the point, whoever's on it, doesn't matter how far they push it because they capped all 6.
Yeah.
Even if they get it to, they've capped 5th and he SIG'd everyone off of it. Then that is enough time for overtime to tick down to 0.
How ungrateful.
He did get picked off early, Mirage, so we're gonna have to see what they can do here. 5 ultimates on the side of Death Blossoms. You know, and Stalemate's not that far behind, but they are noticeably far behind on that Juno. We're gonna see if they can get another wall here. Sights coming out, looking to get a pick. Barbecue Chicken exposed. Consunia on the point, and it does look like Death Blossom's gonna take a temporary backup. Maybe just wanting to hold on to their ultimates low-key, realizing they can still win it. And this might have been a wasted Consunia rush because we didn't have the point there, so Fez really has to compensate by using the Social, and yeah, Death Blossom's smart play, just backing up. They realize they don't need to win multiple fights, they only need to win one. And they have 4 ultimates to do it. And I mean, Stalemate only has 3. But regardless,
The only ult they will really need her is Sigma's Flux.
It's got to be a big sigil. You cannot miss. You have to get someone. If anything, maybe you just shoot the cart. Maybe you can even just
That's
push
all.
it off for
That's all they'll need to do.
Yeah, that's all he'll need to do. Rock comes out. Is going to be looking for their chance to go here. Poking out K. Fez going to shoot the lamp. No heals from the Alara that are sustained. Raph come out early. Blizzard on top of it. Mirage going to go down. Somewhere in the midst of it, that ultimate on the side of Freya came out. And that's going to be a team kill. But again, they only need to win 1 fight. They have 3 ultimates. And they only have the Juno.
Mirage
So
is
I'm
coming
curious
back out,
to
and
see-
he is gonna.
They do
I'm gonna
wall
hope
off
that
the
he's
other
gonna use his
side.
ultimate.
Wait,
The side Mirage
other
comes
side's
out
walled
is
off.
not knocked off in
Okay,
time.
there it is. It could be a C9. They do get the touch. Juno comes out. Alaria ult out. Ana out. But Mirage is down. And it looks like the Alaria's about to go with them. And oh my god.
Are we about to go to a round 3?
Victory.
And no,
That hurts my heart.
it was so close.
We were gonna go to a triple overtime on circuit. They were up 3-2, and you see that? The pickle curse lives on, even though he's not playing. It lives on through his team. And Death Blossom takes the lead. Oh my god. Slayer, my heart. This has been an insane series.
I don't know what to expect from these teams anymore. I can't predict them.
Yeah. I can't either. I almost want to take another break because I feel like that map was longer than the 2 we just played.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
as a support player myself, I try and read steps ahead into a fight. I was trying to read what both teams are doing at the same time, and I just could not predict it.
Yeah, it was. I don't even know if like in the midst of that, because I'm sure you know this because I'm sure you've played in some close matches or scrims or whatever. You can think of a lot of things, but like low key, when things are that close, you're just doing stuff. You're just doing things and you're hoping it works. I don't think I've ever been in a scenario where it's been like triple overtime and I or anyone on my team has been like, okay, let's chill out, let's talk about it because the music's playing and you just want to get them off the cart. So it's just like, I don't know if you
I've
can
had
relate
to
to that.
I've had to have a moment where I've fully chilled down my team because they were getting too overheated.
Valid.
Because if they did not have that moment to chill down, we were going to lose. And I'm excited to see. I just want to hopefully see another Ghostly Freya on another good map.
Yeah, we still have time. It is going to be Stalemate's map pick, and they're going to get the first ban. Listen, if you're Stalemate right now, what are you doing? What are you picking?
I think they may choose the new Flashpoint map if that is available. I'm gonna double as it might be enough of a throw off for Death Blossoms because
Yeah,
it's new. That might be the only thing they need.
yeah.
Stalemates seem to
Uh,
have a really good comprehension of when they're together. When they're apart, that's when they start cracking.
Agreed. And I gotta give it to him. The fact that you gave up points on defense and in overtime just to get it back there, that takes a lot of mental fatigue. Not mental fatigue, lack thereof. They had to be mentally strong to keep doing that. The C9 hurts, but I mean, we saw Death Blossoms. They C9 twice on Kings Row. Stalemate C9s here. We've seen three. We've seen three C9s. Um,
And
sorry,
we
I was
see a
going behind this
Suravasa for
chat.
the map.
You know, get the first ban. What do you think they're gonna ban?
I think they're going to ban Freya if they haven't already banned it.
You think Freya on Sarah? I don't know. I feel like I've seen a Freya
They
ban.
might do it as
One
an
of these.
intimidation ban.
Maybe Sinarki can confirm. I feel like I saw Freya banned on map 1. I could be mistaken. And it
I
must be, yeah. Freya was in fact banned on map 1. And I'm pretty sure it was from Checkmate because Death Blossoms had first ban and they banned the Hazard. Sorry,
Stalemate.
Death Blossoms. We do see a cast ban come through. What are you thinking?
I don't know, as the opposition of Retorted is a ban for Queen. So we could see
Yeah,
anything again.
that is true. And
And
then the
yeah.
Queen ban. That is interesting.
And I will be 1
Here's
second.
yeah. Well, it looks like we're gonna see some swaps here. Um, interesting. We're seeing a good amount of swaps here. Deadeye coming in for Wabasabi on the side of Death Blossoms, and Ghostly's going back to support here. Wabasabi definitely served his purpose, definitely did his job here. Can't be too angry with him. I thought they played really well. Ghostly going back to the support. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. Wait, who's telling me to sub? Oh, that's a different team. LOL. But I think you'd rather have him on. I think you'd rather have him on the DPS role after deadlifting. But regardless, it is what it is. Joe Biden coming in on the side of Stalemate. Back in a tank. K had a really good map, did his job. Could have done it a little better with that last C9ing. Stalemate, Fickle Curse, but those are going to be the swaps for here. Going to see if the teams are ready so we can go in. Just going to have to wait for confirmation. I'm pretty sure my goat said he would. Wait a second. Getting ours. Gonna have to see if we can get. No,
My
from
apologies
Death
on that.
Blossoms. Yeah, no, because I gotta drink water. My throat is drying up, bro. We did get some swaps.
Mm.
We did get the.
Well,
We are going in.
I had too much water and had to take medication real
I
quick.
see. Medication this late?
Traveling to
Yeah.
Saravasa.
Oh yeah, I work night shift now.
Oh, for real? Oh, yeah.
Initiating match.
That must be why you're up.
Yeah.
What do you, you're part of the EMS again, right? Aren't you like a hero, Loki?
Regretfully, yes. It has its moments.
What do you mean regretfully, bro? You mean just like in
Uh,
terms of the hours?
yeah. I love it, but it's the hours that
Ready for battle.
hurt.
Right. You know what's
And we are
beneficial though about the hours?
the money.
Well, the money. I wasn't going to say that. The fact that because of it, you're now awake with me casting this game.
Ah. We had two different approaches there. And we are going to see a Hazard comp from Stalemate and a Czar comp from Death Blossoms, and I don't know if they're going to stick on the sim.
Initial flashpoint.
No. It's just been a couple of
Nope.
TPs. Deadeye coming back in for that Reaper. Definitely going to be an interesting pick here. Why do we keep running far on enclosed maps? Like, why? Why do we keep doing it? What
It
is
might be a comfort pick for JML.
Flashpoint unlocks in
It could be, but I've also seen Railgun pop out the Pharah. For whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Deadeye getting low, having to use that Wraith form early, walking out from Joe Biden. It's going to be interesting. I've never seen a Zarya into Hazard before. I don't think I've seen that into play. Fez is going to get an early pick onto JML here. Way to open up the fight. Fez on the Genji, typically known for his hit scan and his Hanzo play, so this will be interesting.
And Joe Biden is getting
Mirage
low and goes
killing-
down.
Yeah, I mean, Mirage just heads up play, kills Jimbo while he comes in. Joe Biden jumped in, he didn't have the proper resources, and Death Blossoms is going to clean up on this fight.
Mirage just cleaned up the fight with a 5k.
Was that a 5K?
That was a 5k.
Fire. Wow, way to start it. And 70% full charge. Joe Biden going to the Hog. Okay. Feel like Hazard's not going to be the play here. I feel like the Pharah eventually will be a problem. Already almost 70% full charge for the Pharah. We might want to swap there. Maybe the Hog is just to kind of, zone off, make some threats. You did well on map 1. You could probably recreate it. As I say that, great pick on the Zarya. Already dropping low. Does get the support from her supports. And instead, Death Blossom is going to flip that onto Stalemate as they have the resources to keep going. I mean, these hooks are good, but that grab is questionable because you can't clean up on it. Never mind. Okay, good guy.
It may have just been to stabilize the grab, though. If that's all they need sometimes. Just a moment.
Yeah, good stagger onto Railgun as well. It's going to be a team wipe and an easy first point capture here on the side of Death Blossoms.
Market. Take the objective. Next, flashpoint, Palace.
And we are going to move on to the Palace point, and Stalemate is already there.
Tim is already there, but Joe Biden being a little too aggressive does hook Deadeye for the bubble from the Zarya. Dud come in. That is a variable that we didn't get to discuss on map 1 because he was on the ball. So he didn't get that bubble, but now he does get that support, so now he can be more aggressive. Fez being caught out on the Genji. I understand you have Blade. It might be time to make some swaps.
Hey there.
Especially with the ults already favoring them.
But point is only just unlocked and Stalemate's gotten back
Like mending a
just
shadow?
now. They might have a chance to recap this quite soon onto it being opened.
Yeah, it does look like we're going to get Kitsune Death Blossom coming in, and great hook to end that there, but the bubble again, solo ult coming out from the side of Joe Biden. He is fed up with the Zarya, he wants them gone, but they're going to trade tanks there, and the blade came out from Fez. He gets nothing with it. It's still any team's fight, and Ghost is going to be picking up the kill onto Fez there. The Kyrie dropping dangerously low, trying to TP out, trying to get support from Jimbo. Deadeye trying to redeem his Reaper from map 1. Suzu is wasted, and we're not 50% and counting, and still no swaps coming out from Stalemate.
What I'm currently seeing here is Ghostly is going unpunished and getting his empowered orbs off constantly, and the DPS are going in for the cleanup quite often.
Good kill for Joe Biden. Way to stabilize that fight. Way to open up. But Ghostly gonna get a kill on him because he doesn't have the support. We're gonna see both support ults come out. We're gonna see the grab come out. We're gonna see the barrage, tectonic shock, and everything. You have to imagine if you're cleaning house like that, you don't win. We're still not seeing any swaps. This is, I feel like Stalemate might be mentally broke.
Lost. Next flashpoint.
Okay, now we see some swaps coming in.
Yeah.
Jimbo's gonna swap over. Okay, why didn't
At
we
least-
do this sooner?
At least
No.
Death Blossoms have to go all the way across the map this time to the ruins.
Yeah. And it's not like it's map point, it's match point. You lost last map. You gotta shake it off, you gotta get over it. Ultimate's coming out, Wu Yang onto Deadeye, looking what he can do. He does stun. But Fez gonna kill him, but again, Joe Biden just can't live. He's just a meat batter for everyone to look at because he's a big old hog. He's got a lot of body on him. He's a very easy target. You gotta play something other than the hog. We're gonna see him match Zarya, and I think that could be the answer.
I can heal you.
It might be the answer, but it might be too little too late.
It could be. The momentum could be in the favor of Death Blossoms.
Because Death
What is
Blossoms
that
have...
emote? Is that a weapon charm or?
Oh, that is the mythic weapon of
That is
Reaper.
interesting. We're gonna have to see what Deadeye does here. I think I know what we're gonna see. We're gonna see him get bubbled with Kitsune, and he's gonna Death Blossom. Not if. Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna
it
see
doesn't even
Deadeye
matter.
take care of Railgun on Farah.
We do see the Kitsune rush, but heads up play from Deadeye, realizing he doesn't need to use the Death Blossom. He can just hold it.
Hello.
And now instead we could potentially see a Grav Death Blossom in the big 2-5. I don't feel like I've seen that in a long time. They're emoting. They are carefree right now. They are in full control of the series right now.
Clearing the area.
We are going to see the Death Blossom come out, but good peel, but the early
Death
grab,
Blossom comes out too soon.
yeah, I mean, good kill on the JML here. Fez has to live, that's the name of the game. Deadeye is literally 1 HP. They should be able to
Deadeye
get
and
the touch
JML
here
go
as
down?
well. Yeah, they should get the touch, but I
They
mean,
get the touch from Faz going for it.
This ends
Fez is going to get the
now.
touch, but Death Blossoms traded out the kills way too well, and this could be the end of the series. He does cap the point. He does get the kill on the Ghostly.
Flipped it. Are they
Best
going to be able
kills
to swap
do.
to their stall comp?
They might be able to touch here. The Wu Yang has to touch. It's still winnable on the side of Stalemate if they can get anything done here.
Justice.
It looks like Railgun's gonna get it. Oh, but the ultimate doesn't mean anything. It just gets Mirage 1. There's so many people low. Literally so low, but I mean, they just can't touch it. I mean, that's just such a sad way to end the series, Slayer.
It is. It was still very hard fought. It's just another one of those where it's...
Play of the game.
I
That's the
think
question.
that Stalemates might have cracked under the pressure.
Yeah, for sure. I just feel like after, I feel like the turning point in the series was Circuit on Stalemate's first attack. They have all the momentum. They have everything they need, right? And so they have 5 minutes and like what, 28 seconds on point B, I think. and then they ended with a minute 30. I feel like that's when the series shifted. I feel like Stalemate had everything in the front door, kitchen counter, all of it, and I just feel like that's when it ended. In terms of momentum, I feel like that's when it swapped.
These teams were oftentimes having a fun game of tennis, where one team takes the momentum and the other one takes it. But in the end, the result speaks for itself.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Death Blossoms, way to hold on to that series. If you're Stalemate, you can't be disappointed with that. You had a really good fight. I mean, you looked really good throughout the entire thing. I just think, you're a new team. Clearly, there are still some things that need to be developed. That being said, series is over, but we are going to take a little bit of a break, probably about 2 to 3 minutes. We will be back on the other side with an interview from Mirage, player from Death Blossoms. We're going to ask him his thought process on how they won this series. So you won't want to miss it on the other side. We'll be right back in just a moment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to that chaotic but fun and interesting series between Stalemate and Death Blossoms. It was definitely a series, Slayer. For it to end like that was kind of disheartening, but hey, I'm just really, proud of both teams. They did really, really well. It was a really good What was really good about all of it, though,
Yeah.
was particularly one player that stood out to us, and I'm gonna let you bring him in. Who was our player of the match?
Our player of the match would have to be ghostly, whether it's
Has to
on
be.
Yang or Freya. They were a constant menace and kept pressure up constantly, making sure stalemates had little room to breathe.
Right. It was insane. I think literally this series opened up with Ghostly getting a 3 again, Wu Yang. That's just something I've never seen in my life. Um, and then obviously, literally he deadlifted on circuit, bro. This guy was just a huge difference maker, literally all the time. And I mean, if you're a stalemate, how do you stop that? It's like, what do you do?
I don't think there
Um,
is a way.
you just got to be better. Low-key. You just have to hit your shots. Um, that being said, speaking of being better, we have an interview with the winning team, Mirage, tank player for Death Blossoms. I don't know if this was your debut. I guess I could ask that. But anyway, we've got you live here for this interview. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing well. You know what? Thanks for asking. I don't know if anyone's ever asked. I'm just kidding. Anyway,
Sorry.
so you and Death Blossoms, you win a pretty close series all the way throughout up until Suravasa. After kind of like, I don't want to say barely winning Suravasa, because I don't know if y'all would have come out. Like I said, it was like a 3v2 on point. They C9. How do you guys collect yourselves so that way you can go into Suravasa and dominate in a fashion that we haven't seen out of you guys all night?
Um, it was there's a couple mistakes that I know I particularly made on uh circuit, and then it was really a lot ghostly killing everything. But then I felt like we were able to just play the Tsar Reaper, which I think we're more comfortable on Suravasa, and that kind of just led us to doing a lot better.
Yeah, I'd agree that sorry a Reaper comp has been really prevalent in the meta so far.
Yeah, it's
And
been fun to play, especially for me.
for
So
yeah, as a follow-up question, uh, how do you guys think to adapt to the May walls that were constantly an issue on circuit?
uh, it was just trying to break a certain section. That was the main thing that I know we tried to do, and try to bait them out and play around them as best we can.
Fa Fair enough, and we clearly see that taken success there. And after the dominant performance from Stalemate on King's Row, how did you guys gain the courage to get so far in the map?
Um, I think it was just wanting to just brush off a kind of a rough map and
Mhm.
make the changes that we thought were needed and adapt our playstyle a little bit more, which I think we did pretty decent at going into circuit, and then it turned out well for us in the end.
Yeah, it did in fact pay its dues. Uh, I want to congratulate you guys on this series. It was a really good, well fought series, and I think Stalemate played a lot better than teams were anticipating. But I do, for my next question, final question, want to look towards the future just a little bit. We're in week 3 of the CGL season. Next week's week 4. We've got one more game until the summer showdown. And I know you might be new to the scene. I'm not sure. Is this your first game with Dead Blossoms?
It is, yeah.
Okay, wow, what a game to be introduced. So, um, I know you're new to them, but my final question: are there any teams that Death Blossoms as a team is looking forward to playing in that midseason playoff?
From what I've heard, I do think that Solar is on their
Hmm.
list of teams that we're looking forward to play. I'm not too sure about other teams because I'm still pretty new to
Right.
the team and to this scene in general. So I know
Yeah.
Solar is one for sure.
Yep, that would make sense. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for your time. Great performance today. What a first game from you. That was really good. Well played. Would like to
Thank you.
congratulate you at this time. So, got job well done, and you can go celebrate with your team. And thank you so much for joining us.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well, Slayer, that was Mirage. That was the series, and now we have nothing else to talk about anymore. So that's the end for us. That is the end for us here tonight. But thank you so much for joining me to break down all the action. Make sure that you follow our Twitch and join our Discord so you can keep up with more CGL streams that we do plan on doing, especially during the Summer Showdown. We will catch you. It's not Summer Showdown. Wow, I'm tired. Especially during the mid-season bracket for CGL. We will be back, but that is all we got tonight, folks. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you on the other side.
See yous.